Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about North America, the challenges playoffs for North America and Europe only because I obviously did my predictions and I'll probably touch up on the other regions as well. If you haven't seen my early video, which is about the tier list for Berlin, I'll leave a link. I'll put a card up here as well. So let's get on with the video. And this video is mainly going to be talking about North America and Europe. So if you're interested in other regions like Korea, Japan, APAC, Brazil, Latin America, I recommend maybe looking at PlatChat. They actually do, well, PlatChat Valorant, they make very good content and they actually go more in depth in most of these regions, mainly Korea and Brazil. Not really a whole lot in Latin America, Japan, and APAC, but that's what you really want. So let's have a look at North America. And obviously I did my predictions, so we'll first look at the bracket, then I'll show you my predictions, and my predictions aren't actually too bad. So let's have a look here. We'll first start off with the teams. Centrals, Exit, 100 Thieves, Team Envy, TSM, FaZe Clan, Luminosity, and Rise. Those are the 8 teams who were competing to get a spot in Berlin, and also as you can tell, Centrals, 100 Thieves, and Team Envy, or those 3 teams got a spot in Berlin. And this is what the bracket looks like. Sentinels winning against Rise in a 2-1 fashion. It was pretty close there as well. Apparently also, I think Rise was actually was copying Sentinels, I think, when they were versing them, so that was pretty good. Team Envy versus TSM. TSM actually having a pretty good performance against them. Xset versus Luminosity, very easy for Xset. And 100 Thieves versus FaZe Clan, pretty modest for 100 Thieves to win that. Lose bracket round 1, Rise against TSM. I was actually expecting TSM to win this, but it was actually Rise who did it, so I'm actually quite surprised. And FaZe Clan versus Luminosity was pretty good match. FaZe Clan winning it all. Upper bracket semifinals. Sentinels winning against Team Envy in a 2-0 fashion, and 100 Thieves versus Exit 2-0 fashion. I think what was it? It was the Haven when like Exit had like a humongous lead, and then they just threw a bit around, and they just like just threw it away. That was dumb of them. But yeah, whatever, it doesn't really matter because they won against Rise in the losers bracket round 2 in a 2-1 fashion. Team Envy versus FaZe Clan. Team Envy trying to get it up 2-1 against FaZe Clan. Losers brackets round 3. Team Envy win against Exit in almost ease, almost relative ease, but not really. Upper bracket final, Sentinels versus 100 Thieves. It was 2-0 for Sentinels. And then for lower bracket final, it was a throw-in match, a 3-2, 400 Thieves winning against Team Envy. It was very, it went back and forth. Also, I didn't watch this, but I woke up and I saw this, I was like, that should have been a grand final match. I'll be honest. I wish it was, but it wasn't. And Sentinels winning against 100 Thieves in the rematch in the grand finals, 3-1 with Dapper, Teabag, and Hiko. So. Let's now swap my screen. This is my predictions. I put Sentinels win against Rise. I was correct. I'll be honest, I was in the TSM stonks. I was in the TSM hype train, and that largely failed for me. Xset winning against Luminosity, I got that right. 100 Thieves versus FaZe Clan, got that one right. Now this is also before I actually knew that VLR.gg, they actually have a pick'ems thing. So, whoops. I did not, yeah, I didn't know that. So, my apologies. Let's go to losers round 1. I said Team Envy to win. It wasn't even Team Envy. It was TSM. And Rise won that one, so, oh god. But I did get FaZe Clan winning against Luminosity Rise though, so that's pretty good. Sentinels winning against TSM. Well, they won against Team Envy, so I guess it's kind of half. Not really. And 100 Thieves winning against Xset. I got that one right. Losers round 2. Xset versus Team Envy. Well, Xset won that one, and Team Envy was in losers round, like up against FaZe Clan, so got that wrong. TSM winning against FaZe Clan. I got FaZe Clan eliminated though. But TSM though. Sentinels winning against 100 Thieves in the winners finals. Got that one right. Loses round 3, Team Envy versus TSM. I put TSM to win. Why the hell did I put TSM to win against Team Envy? What was my logic? This was before that Ye was announced to be replacing. It was a Caboose. I think it was Caboose who he was replacing. So if I knew that before then, I would have definitely put Team Envy there. Definitely, I would have put Team Envy as the winners, but I didn't. And 100 Thieves versus TSM, no. I put TSM to win that, and I put them to be second behind Sentinels and going to Berlin with 100 Thieves and Sentinels. I kind of got that right, 75%. I just only got Team Envy wrong, going to Berlin. So that was a bit of a bummer. I was not bad. It's just the TSM stonks was just it was ruining me. The stonks was ruining me. It was too much for my head. It ruined for me. Anyways, let's now go to Europe. So here we are in Europe in the EMEA Challengers playoffs. And let's just first talk about the teams that were in. You got Ascend, G2, Guild, FunPlus, Phoenix, Supermassive Blaze, Oxygen, Gambit, Na'Vi, Liquid, Giants, Fireflux, and Forza. So Gambit, Supermassive Blaze, Ascend, G2, they went to Berlin. Let's have a look at the bracket before we get into my predictions. So Na'Vi won against Team Liquid, which kind of surprised me. I was very surprised that they actually won against them. Guild versus Forza, 2-0 against Guild. Full Guild against Forza. FunPlus, Phoenix versus Fireflux Esports, has a mouthful name. Well, match also. FPX winning it. Oxygen versus Giants. It was Oxygen winning that one against Giants. Ascend versus Na'Vi, it was easy for Ascend, a 2-0 fashion. It was very close to an Icebox, so I'll give Na'Vi the benefit of the doubt. Gambit versus Guild, very easy for Gambit, then Icebox, which was again very close. Supermassive Blaze against FPX, pretty easy for Supermassive Blaze. And G2 versus Oxygen, relatively easy for G2, other than Breeze, which is 14-12 against Oxygen. Losers bracket round 1. Team Liquid versus Oxygen. It was 2-0 for Liquid. It was very easy for them as well. Forza versus FPX. I was really expecting Forza to actually lose this one against FPX, but FPX doesn't know how to duel us half the time, so there it is. And 24-22 in bind. Jesus Christ, it went overtime a lot. Fireflux versus Guild, very easy for Guild. And Na'Vi versus Giants, it was very close, but Giants winning it against Na'Vi. Lower bracket round 2, Team Liquid versus Forza, very easy for Liquid. Guild Esports versus Giants, a very close game, but Giants comes out on top. Upper bracket round 3, Ascend versus Gambit, 2-1 against for Ascend against Gambit. Supermassive Blaze versus G2, Supermassive Blaze just bullying G2 there. I watched that one, it was hard to watch. Gambit versus Liquid. It was Gambit, winning against Liquid. It was very close in Split and Icebox, but bind was just a no-brainer for Gambit. G2 versus Giants, a little bit struggling at first, but G2 coming out on top. Gambit versus G2 for third place. It was Gambit winning against G2. Upper bracket finals, Ascend losing to Supermassive Blaze, which is not really a shocker now because Blaze is a great team. Ascend versus Gambit, 3-1 for Gambit. And then in the grand finals, 3-1 for Gambit against Supermassive Blaze. So with that all the way, let's have a look at my predictions. And here it is. It may be a bit weird, and I do understand that, and I apologize for it. But Na'Vi versus Liquid, I put Liquid to win. I really thought Liquid was going to win it. Most people, I think, was also thinking that Liquid was going to win it, but Na'Vi winning that one, so I got that wrong. Guild versus Forza, I got that one right. FunPlus Phoenix versus Fireflux, got that one right. And Giants versus Oxygen, I really thought Oxygen was going to struggle in this tournament, but Giants Gaming winning, proving me wrong. For the low bracket round 1, got Na'Vi against Giants. I actually did get that one right. But I put Na'Vi winning against Giants, so that was kind of wrong. FunPlus Phoenix versus Forza. I did put FPX to win. But no. It was Forza who won that. Guild Esports versus Firefox. It was, yep, Guild Esports. And then Team Liquid versus Oxygen. Very easy there. This is kind of weird as well because the bracket was a bit weird. I think it's also because that um, the teams who lost in the upper bracket round 1 was going to be down there, including the upper bracket round 2, so it was a bit weird there. Let's just go up to the upper bracket round 2 before we continue on to the losers bracket. Ascend being now Liquid, well, I got Ascend winning, but not really against Liquid. Gambit versus winning against Guild, you got that one right. Supermassive Blaze winning against FPX, got that one right, and G2 winning against Giants, got that one right. I really thought FPX was going to just go pretty deep into the tournament, but I was definitely wrong. Including the bracket, including the matchup between Navi and FPX, I got that whole heap wrong. It was actually like Liquid versus Forza, but I did got Liquid winning against, well, advancing, but not against the, Gambit. And then for the upper bracket round 3, Ascend versus Gambit, got that one right, and G2 versus Supermassive Blaze, I really thought Blaze was going to struggle, and I got that one wrong, so... yeah, prove me wrong. I guess Supermassive Blaze. Gambit versus FPX, but it was actually Liquid on round 3, so Gambit, well, I got Gambit right, just wasn't the right team. And then Supermassive Blaze, they weren't even there. It was G2 versus Giants, so I got that one completely wrong. Ascend versus G2, I didn't get any of that right. It was Ascend versus Supermassive Blaze, and Blaze won that one, so that was out of the blue. Gambit versus Liquid, I got Liquid winning against Gambit. That was a big mistake. Gambit winning against G2 in real life. Low bracket final, Ascend. Well, in this one, it was G2 versus Liquid. I put G2 winning, but in real life it was Ascend versus Gambit, and I got none of those right. Ascend versus G2, I really thought Ascend was going to win this all, but it was Gambit winning it against Supermassive Blaze in the grand finals. That was like, me reviewing my predictions. It was not too bad in NA. EMEA, we don't talk about that. So let's just quickly touch upon the other regions before we go. Korea, it was Strikers and F4Q making it into Berlin. Newton got immediately knocked out by Damwon Gaming, so we already knew Strikers was definitely going to be in it. And then whoever wins against Damwon and F4Q, which F4Q did, so those two teams made it into Berlin. Japan, I was a bit like, I really thought Crazy Raccoons was going to win this, but Zeta Division proved me wrong, and they won against Crazy Raccoons in a thrilling 3-2 match. Northchen, I still don't know how you say that. Say their name. Northchen? No, I don't know, but I really thought they were like the only team that who can challenge Crazy Raccoons. So I got that wrong. So yeah, Zeta Division win against Crazy Raccoons of Japan, but those two teams already made it into Berlin. APAC was pretty interesting. X10 did not make it, and that was because originally they actually won this match against Galaxy Racer, but they actually had a bug. They abused a bug in the final, so the final map score was set to Galaxy Racer. It was a bit unlucky, obviously, for them, and I don't actually know if it was the same bug as Giants Gaming used. Just like I said, it was very smart of Giants Gaming to use it. Obviously, it was a bug, and I think they would have patched it by now, but they didn't. So it's kind of understandable why they got rid of the win for X10. And this is obviously the playoffs right here. Brand Esports coming in from the low bracket to get their revenge against Paper Rex, who apparently looked pretty good with Forsaken in it. Not the CSGO Forsaken who about Word.exe. The Indonesian, right? Yeah, the Indonesian Forsaken. The good Forsaken. Now look at Brazil. I was very surprised about this one. I really thought it was going to be Vikings and maybe even Furia making it to Berlin, but it was none of those. They both got beaten by Vivo by Vivo Stars, who for some reason has Keed Stars as a name. Game Landers got boomed out by Vivo Stars and Furia. Vikings lost against Vivo. Furia lost against Vivo. They basically just beat basically the top 4 best teams in Brazil. So does that mean that Vivo Stars is the best Brazilian team? Probably. It is a high, it's highly likely. And Latin America and Latin Korea Sports making a very easy win against Astrals or Astrals. I don't know. They actually lost against them in the upper bracket final, but they got the revenge and won in the grand final. So, yeah, that's really all the teams and really all you need to know for Challengers playoffs. I'll leave a link to the Berlin tier list that I made actually just a couple minutes ago actually. So, 2 videos in one. How about that? So anyways, that's really about it for me now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.
Ride or die. I keep